Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I have a 1 versus 1 that I played in Shogun 2 to the War. This map is the Slumbering Settlement map, and my opponent is Ipesotu, or however it's pronounced. As you all who have already subscribed to me know, I can never pronounce anyone's name, so yeah. So this battle is basically one of the 1v1s I've been doing with some random army builds to try to enjoy myself again and change it up from the same old thing. And this replay sadly is bugged pretty badly, and you guys will see right where that happens because things kind of go just whacked out. But up until that point, you can see what I'm doing with this army really well. Now, I would not recommend this army as is. I have made some modifications and made it a lot better. But what I have right now, for my cav, I have, I believe, 3 Yari cav. Yep. And then I have 2 bows. One is a 200 range bow monk, and they're there. And the other is my Daikyo samurai. So besides that, my army consists of like 5 or 6 Yari Ashigaru. That includes the long Yari Ashigaru. So this is like a spear wall army, and I have it's 5 of them, and I have with that as my backup sword attendants. And these guys are veteran all but one. So they're just there to hold long enough and provide a little bit of support for the spear wall. And then I've got a Naginata samurai and a Naginata warrior monk. Besides that, as you can see, the battle started. This guy pretty much brought a ton of swords, and some good monks too, and some matchlocks. His one matchlock unit's not even going to get to fire thanks to my bows, but at this point it's so close that there's not really much I can do. Here I just charged in my cav just to do as much damage as I could and to kind of slow him down. As you can see, the spear wall is going, but while I'm talking about that, I have one Naginata attendant and a matchlock warrior monk hidden in the woods over here, and so now is when they're going to come out and move to this ridge and start getting some flanking fire. So at this point it's working perfectly, except for this Yari Ashigaru unit, which for some reason just pretty much routs like immediately. After that though, all my other spear units hold, and I start throwing in my attendants here. I've got my general in stand and fight, so pretty much everything's going well right now. On the far left flank, my left that is, I have a long Yari Ash going in spear wall, and they are going to cause some damage here. And then I'm going to back them up with the monks, as you can see. Now, he does have some bows, it appears. Yes, a bow samurai. So he's trying to snipe my general, and I have my bows returning fire. Right now they're shooting these matchlocks though. And here is where the battle is pretty much won. My Yarikav slips through all these spears in the back through this gap and gets a hammer and anvil, which at this point is going to rout pretty much all these units. And over here, now this is where the replay goes whacked out. At this point, this whole flank, as you can see is happening now, routed. And I still had like pretty much full units over here. And then this flank I did end up losing. But instead, what's going to happen, thanks to the bugged replays and the morale system, for some reason these guys aren't going to rout, and they're going to win this flank. When they routed, that's why I pulled out my cav, because they routed. So, yeah, it's going to have him winning this flank, and I have, like, none of my units, because they go. And then over here, he's got his cav in the back. His cav have taken like no losses, when in reality when they came out here, my one cav unit, which routed over here thanks to the bug, has actually routed, and it came over and killed them, and now it's not. Well, there it is, but it had like 50 men left. Here I do another hammer and anvil, and it's still, these guys just don't, they just don't go, so I don't know quite what's up with that. They're gonna rout one of these units unless the replay does something different again, and at this point my monks are just walking forward because the units that they were shooting at, it's like, you know, they have, the units that they were shooting at are dead. I mean, at this point the battle was really over, so I don't quite know what went on. And then, yeah, it's just messed up from here on out. What happened is I had this full right flank to fight these two units which survived, and these guys. My cav runs over and takes out. I had two cav. I hammer and anvil this sword attendant, take it out, and then I pull my general back over here with, like, I had like 6 or 7 units left, like 3 spear units and a almost all my attendants actually. This unit actually routed, but that's why they're standing here all awkward. But anyhow, you can just see the destruction along these lines. So now this guy's gonna have a crazy amount of an army left, when in reality I had way more. This unit had like 20 men left, and it was the end of the battle. My cav hammer and anvil this attendants and took like 2 losses, but instead the attendants are gonna win. So, you know, what can you do? For some reason they can't seem to fix this replay bug, and I hope they do. It never was a problem until the major patch that stopped longsword spamming. So yeah, this unit here obviously has routed, hence why it is standing still. And, you know, there's just tons of things that you can see that are wrong, like this unit. Why are my men making a formation when that, for some reason, you would think I'd have it going along here rather than letting my matchlocks just get hit, you know. And why is this unit standing here? So that all backs up the fact that this is a bugged replay. There was a battle over here, but it was pretty much over before it started. This guy's units got killed by my matchlocks before getting there, and then this little bit got swarmed by my attendants, and that was the end of it. But yeah, instead you have his attendants chasing off my cav, which are just long gone, and that kind of stuff. But overall, hopefully you guys could see how that army is supposed to be used, not how the replay had it used, because up until that point it's pretty obvious that I was winning and won with the hammer and anvil. And I won by a substantial amount, aside from my 2 units fighting over here losing. And then since his cav was back here, which I ended up killing, I withdrew my general back over here. So it's just kind of disappointing to me that CA can't seem to fix that. But for now, we will watch my bow monks get slaughtered, even though they left this battle with, I think, like 98% of their men left. So, yeah, sad. I feel like I should probably just start always live recording to avoid this, because most of the replays, if they're bugged, they're not bugged this badly. Like, this is the worst bugged replay I've ever had. I don't know how his units, some reason in this replay, just decide to live, but you know, to me it doesn't make much sense. So that's that, and I will see you guys next time.